tua ma le au nanga le mot tau sa mo service station nei tona I matu. Ma tau te utuina lo ta vale ma le tele o nisi o matu au nanga ese ese. Ai le ngata foi le ma tau te sia ke ina fo I lo ta vale. Siapa lah yang voice wow mau lau tapan. Apa itu yang vai pa olosa? Awalnya telepon, matu te siapa lah yang voice mau lau tapan. Molo no posila fia. Mua tapela lau tapan le pea utu. Mua tapela lau telefon ni tai me utu ina lau tapan. Mala vaenga mulu. Mana tua fo e matua I fasaina lo tau maftapa ai no fuanga papeni Ota Samoa ore mota mo Samoa mato te fia e au na pe mo o Samoa aftaila fia mai we'll see you again God bless
Voucher is one of the most convenient ways that I'm finding now to do my shopping here at Paramedic, and my sister just sent through the voucher on my cell phone, and I just come straight to Paramedic to do my shopping.
Ole si tulanga pitusili ole tau. Ole la fo me ole pepa tala oloa. Ona faangale fa tau I oloa e au ngā mole ainga.
I think it's really convenient for families overseas if they don't know how to help their families here. Then this is the perfect way.
Mai ai la sa suma fua tau ai lisia sa.
Ni fia foi sa we mo mawina le foi au nang fo e ala mai le talo for voucher. Ila wana fa tau ma me te mga oi. Ile voucher.
Tai mo le talo pa voucher ua maua le apususi o se wa fine. So se paro loa fa ngo fie. A me se le te felwa I ma le telefoni. Tai mi uma. Ai lo la fo me le cash. Ona ino le tama o le ainga.
Fa te tu lava le talo for voucher mo le foi au nang fo fa tai. Ma lo la le tsam fai.
Pa tai talo pa voucher. Teki talo pa voucher.
Talofa lava malole swifwa moa and a warm Pacific greetings to all of our viewers today. How are you today? How are you today?
How are you? I'm all interested in knowing how all you guys are doing. So if you want to let us know in the comments. Hi to Tara. She's just logged in. She's just tuned in. Sorry. Obviously,
Facebook.
I've been doing a lot of paperwork early today. So yeah, excuse that. But how is everyone doing?
Yeah, I'm doing great. You know, what an amazing day. It's Tuesday and I'm looking forward to... I'm a new time mom and I'm enjoying life right now. My baby boy, he's amazing. Keeps me up all night.
And it's quite funny because she's actually, I guess, what was I saying? She's showing ghost symptoms, like her back's hurting, her stomach is hurting.
Oh my gosh, yes.
So do you know? Like, it's
my
quite funny
son,
how that works. Eh?
My beautiful nephew is he is so handsome, you know. And I went shopping today.
Yeah, for your son.
For my son.
Do you know, interesting fact, and I'm going to get our next guest to actually confirm this, but I've been told that when babies are born, they have this new baby smell
Yeah.
that actually makes the mother fall in love with them so they look after the baby.
Oh, well,
I
fell
don't
in
quote
love
me on
with
that just yet. We are going to ask our next guest to actually confirm that because she is a paramedic.
Yeah, I can't wait. You know, and talking about paramedics, I did read some really, quite heartbreaking news on the Herald that they found a baby. Yes. Little more. And look, I'm not bringing this up to kind of, be the damper for your Tuesday. No. But, for our viewers, they have found a baby in the rubbish bin in Middlemore Hospital. And so it's a timely reminder for us, especially to our mums. And I know as a Pasifika woman, how hard it is to, fall pregnant and not have the support there. So if you need the support among our mea sifisosoangi, there are numerous of numbers. There's so many people out there who love you, who will support you. It might not be family, but there will be someone. So rest assured to the beautiful mums to be, if you are struggling and that you need help, there's another way. There is another way. Just reach out.
Yeah. You're not alone. You're never alone.
You're never alone.
And you've always got us if you want to message us privately. We'll make sure to brighten up your day. And for all the guys as well, tune into For the Boys podcast. They're really, really great as well. But without further ado, we are going to go into a short break and we are going to bring on the beautiful Yvonne, who is also a paramedic, and she's going to tell us all about her journey and also about her modeling career because, yes, she has also modeled. So, she's a double threat, guys. So stay tuned and we'll be back very shortly.
After this break. Tau tua male au nanga mo tau sa mo service station nei tona i matu. Ma tau teu tuina lo ta vale, ma le tele onisi o matu au nanga i sesi. Ai le ngata foile, ma tau te seke ina fo i lo ta vale. Siapa lah yang voice wow, mau lah ucapan. Apa itu yang baik pak urusan? Awalnya telepon, matu siapa lah yang boleh mau ucapan. Mulu no posibilidad. Mua, tapi lau tak vale pe out. Mua, tapi lau telefon ni tak meu tu ina lau tak vale. Mana baenga mulu. Mana tua fo. E matua I whaasaina, lo tau maftapa ai no fuanga whapengi. Mata Samoa, ore mata mo Samoa. Mata te fia e au na pea mo o Samoa. Maftaile fia mai. We'll see you again. God bless.
BluTable Voucher is one of the most convenient ways that I'm finding now to do my shopping here at Paramedic, and my sister just sent through the voucher on my cell phone, and I just come straight here to Paramedic to do my shopping.
O le si tūranga pitusili o le tāu. O le lafo me o le pepa tala o loa. O na whaanga le e whaatau i o loa e au ngā mo le ainga.
I think it's really convenient for families overseas if they don't know how to help their families here. Then this is the perfect way.
Mai ai le sa sunga fua tau e le sia sa.
Le fia foi sa we mo mawina le foi au nang fo e ala mai le talo for voucher. Ila wana whaakau ma me te mga oi ile voucher.
Tai mo le talo pa voucher ua maua le apususi o se wa fine. So se paro loa whaingo fie a me se le te whelua i malo telefoni tai mi uma. Ai lo le lafo me le cash o na inu e le tama o le ainga.
Whaatea tu lava le talo for voucher mo le foi au nang fo whaatai. Ma lua lava le taumpai.
Tai talo pa voucher. Teki talo pa voucher.
Talofa lava everyone and welcome back. Yes, we have the beautiful and equally as intelligent Yvonne joining us on BluTable Podcast today. So she is a paramedic and she is also a model. So like I said, she is a double threat. Now, what is a paramedic, you ask? I did Google this and I don't want to get this wrong, so I'm going to read it off my notes. A paramedic is a medical professional who specializes in emergency treatment, who plays a vital role. Now, is that right, Yvonne?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Good.
Yeah, you got it right.
But, paramedics also serve that vital role in the healthcare for, making sure that they provide the first aid during medical emergency. So this superwoman over here is the first one on the scene to make sure she carries out those duties to ensure that, our families get back home.
She's saving lives.
Yeah.
Literally, she is
Lives.
saving lives.
If you cut it down, it is saving
pretty much.
lives. So, yeah.
So I'm sure our viewers are like, so almost like Short and Street. That's all you have to compare it to. It's not. It's real.
Yeah.
Right? Talofa lava, and thank you so much for joining us.
Hi,
here on BluTable
guys. Thank you so
Samoa.
much for having me. I was a bit stressed and kind of nervous coming into here, but you guys are so welcoming. It's just so good.
Before we get into just this talanoa, I just want to say a huge happy birthday
Thank you.
yesterday.
Happy birthday. And if it was your birthday, happy birthday. And if it's your birthday today, happy birthday.
Go little babies. That's what it is.
Look, before we get into the whole asking the questions, I'm sure everyone's wondering where you're from, where you were born, the villages. Please, can you introduce yourself to our beautiful viewers today?
Cool. E mua lava ona si levi inga mala whawhatai lo tātou tapa au le langi. Awa olona o lo whaua tātou whatau ia inu mon ua le oitua. Ai a whai ua sasi se tala le nei au auna ia whamangalo mai. But o au te saumele nu ui Salulolonga i Savai. That's where my mum's from, but my dad's from Tulaele and Upolu. So a bit of a city girl and still in the Quabaks, but that as is life. And yeah, just turned 24, got to get used to that, but very exciting things to come
Love
this year.
it.
So yeah.
I love that.
Man, your Samoa is
perfect.
on point.
Even I could tell. It was very smooth.
Just a little bit of kick in my voice, but I got there.
Se voi só foi fazer vestir pouco lá. Sis, man. So your Samoa is on point.
Yeah.
Vai falar Samoa.
Yes. So born and raised, only moved here in 2012 with my whole family, and it's been such a good door opener to be here with family and having that support in New Zealand. So it's cool.
That's amazing.
You must miss Samoa.
Very much so, especially now because the whole COVID thing's locked it down, and for some reason when they say you can't go, it makes you want to go even more.
more.
So you're just like, okay. But
It's the forbidden
I
fruit.
do exactly. But I do miss home a lot. So, and I'm sure everyone does too. So yeah.
I miss it a lot. Look, we'll get straight into
yes.
it because I'm sure everyone's like, rolling with the questions.
But no, I gotta give it to you. I mean, you've moved to New Zealand at a later stage in life, and look at all the amazing things you're achieving. So good on you. So we're gonna crack into it. What got you interested, or what drove you to become a paramedic?
So, sorry guys, just want to say I'm a paramedic in training. Not there yet, but so I'm in my, eventually, that's the end goal. I'm in my last semester. To be honest with you guys, it wasn't even like a first choice for me. I loved kids, looking after them, because when you grow up in the village, you're like, as the eldest, you're the first mum as well. So it's just like, real different, real cool. But that's where I kind of wanted to go, but ended up being, it was actually my auntie, big up Sue Fortu Jackson, listening in. Just want to say thanks for, she pushed me a little bit, and it wasn't my first choice, but seeing a lot of our Pacific Islander people need, that familiar face on the road made me stay and trying to finish it. So, that's kind of how my journey started.
That's
with
amazing.
These guys,
And are there many other Pacific Islanders doing this course with you?
There's not a lot in my semester, but there's a lot more coming through, which is really cool to see. Heaps of young Samoan, Tongans, heaps of Pacific Islander kids coming through, and it's real nice because when I started, there was only me and 3-4 other people. So it's nice because the word's getting out that there is this opportunity for us to be out in the community as well.
That's amazing, because you are essentially, as a paramedic, sorry, and unfortunately it's live, so I can't rewind it. As a paramedic, you are essentially saving lives, or you're the first one to be on call and there. I mean, in my previous role, I've had to unfortunately call the ambulance a few times, and I know I get a little bit stressed because you're there, someone's life is at risk. How do you cope, or what strategies do they give you to actually cope with that high stress job?
When we arrive, we have, so in classes, we're constantly put into simulations where we act out what might happen to our patients. There's talks around what's the worst and then what's a good outcome. So with that, when you get called to like a 111 call where people and their lives are in danger, it kind of gets like all of the simulations tend to be muscle memory. So there's hardly any stress. You're kind of like, oh, bang, I know what I need to do.
Gotcha.
And because you've put in the extra studies, you're like, there's no anxiety, there's no stress, but it also comes down to who you work with in the team. So if you trust your team, then your team trusts you and everything's set.
So it's all set on trust.
Yeah, it is, and that's a big thing because you need to be able to have that connection with your offsider to save a life. So,
because a lot, we were talking a lot about it, and I think I share it a lot as well on Facebook as well. Trust is such a big thing in our community right now.
It is for sure.
Once you lose that trust, it's all over. But we're talking about a life, so of course someone to trust their life in your hands. The pressure. Do they go through scenarios? Because the latest has been there's been a lot of shootings. In Auckland. Unfortunate. It's it's happening. Do they run through those scenarios? Because I don't think back in the day, I don't think it was a common thing, shootings, but now it's almost every week. I think there was like back to back when there was like 7 days like shooting in a row. Do they run through those scenarios with you?
So with the scenarios, there are different things we consider. So it comes down to something as complicated as being shot and then drowning, like having an allergic reaction and then drowning. A lot of it is different, all the way down to like as simple as a stub toe, because what they teach at my university is that whatever pain that people feel, it's like validated that it needs, I
like that.
Not it doesn't have to be a big pain. It just
that,
needs, if you feel it, it should be taken seriously.
Yeah, because that just reminds me of a couple of things that's been said to me previously. Just because it isn't real to you, it's very real to them. So you have to cater.
And you never know like what they might have gone through the week, like their mental health, or just even something as small as burnt my hand and then So we all need to factor it
in.
That's a bit hard, but
You know, and it's this time now as well for you to study, but also you have to be so mindful. You have to factor everything in.
Exactly. Yeah.
And, you know, we've had For the Boys podcast on as well. And, you know, again, you know, we just cannot stress how important it is to just be mindful of that person's surrounding and what they've gone through prior to an event. Because it could be anything, right? Yeah. Anything could have triggered them. Yeah. And so you've put your life on the line as well.
It comes down to that because, of course, like you said, it's first responders where... we're also there out in the road getting to people first. But it's cool because like we get to talk with our colleagues that like, you know, the students. It's nice to also have like a cultural aspect to it. Yeah. So having brown faces in general is really comforting.
Yeah.
So, that's good.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, it's not an easy job, but you're obviously trained to kind of do everything automatically. So I guess, like you said, that anxiety is that stress is taken away. How does it affect your family and your close ones? Because they obviously haven't gone through that training and they love you very much. How does that affect you? And how do they cope with it?
Yeah. So for that question, I also come back to having that support from like my friends at school, at uni that are Pacific Islanders, because they, for some reason, because of culture as well, they kind of get it. They kind of understand. So sometimes majority of my heat is kind of taken out on them as well. Just to go over like it's...
Shout out to your friends there.
It's amazing. I appreciate you guys. But no, my family are amazing. Great. My mom's a nurse. She's been a nurse almost everywhere, and she also understands like where my frustration comes from, where I need to lock myself in the room and don't talk to me because but with my family, they're very much flexible with me and all my long hours for placements. So it's quite nice. Yeah. Shout out to my family.
So with the placements, have you actually gone through and assisted with a Pacific family?
Yes.
And so what's the common reaction that you've received from our Pasifika community?
So because I base all my placements out in South Auckland, majority of them are like, they kind of don't like look at me twice, because when we go into houses, like I've got my gloves on, so my tattoo's covered, everything else is covered. But because I'm a little bit on the pale side, they don't really say it until until they like start talking. They usually murmur things underneath their breaths that are like they're not too sure about, confused about. And then I'm just like, I'll get popole, or kind of thing like that. And then you just mention that little bit of Samoa, and then just the comfort and the
they put it
exactly. And I think that's why I kind of stayed too, because it's cool.
Yeah, because I've been reading. I mean, I read on Facebook, and like the last census, they've only counted, I think, approximately around 700 paramedics. So if that's only 700 in New Zealand, that's a really, really low number, and if only a small percentage of that is Pacific. But New Zealand is made up is
very diverse.
And made up of so many Pasifika communities. So that is so awesome to hear that you're here in South Auckland, because I know for our community, our Pasifika community, language is so important, and
very much
trust and that safety, to feel safe, to have someone walk in and be like, what popole, it does, it makes everything just a little bit better.
Even those little words, they're just like amazing.
I am going to do a small plug-in for you, because like you said, Beth, we don't have a lot of paramedics here in New Zealand. And I know in my previous experiences, it can take a long time for an ambulance to arrive to the site, simply because there aren't enough resources. Right? So if you guys want to help out, is it go to St. John's to make a donation?
Yes.
any little bit that you guys can do to help out, you know, it makes a huge difference in the community. Help these guys out because they're doing such a great job. But unfortunately, we need more resources.
It is. But I'm so comforted by the words that you've shared that there are so many more Pasifika that's heading into, to study because we do need, I remember my family, all the time, sometimes dad's at home by himself or mum, and, their first reaction is really, really kasi.
Yeah.
And if we're not home because of work, or because we're out and about, they're gonna need someone who they can connect with. So, big ups to all of our Pacifica community, out there, the students who are going out there to, to contribute, because it's going to be a massive thing for our people.
It is,
well.
especially like you said, the growing numbers here in South Auckland with, or even Auckland in general. I feel like everyone's coming here because of familiarity.
So that's a small number, 700.
When there's a few million people.
And I was just like, what, only 700? That's kind of like how many people you can fit at South Auckland nightclub. But I was like, sorry.
Which one? No.
Which one are you going to?
That's a lot.
No, but I'm just saying, like, if you think about it, I'm like,
it's not a lot.
It's not enough. Like, you guys take the heat off. You guys are there. You guys basically need to... Oh my gosh.
No, yeah, we need to get in, but it also comes down to staying into it, because not a lot of people know that it's here. Not a lot of people know that you can do this job. Majority of it is when you're sick, it's straight to the hospital kind of thing. But with paramedics, I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. It actually is so difficult to stay passionate. It's difficult to have that 8 hours of sleep, eat well, and just make sure you still have the drive to get to that end goal. So it also comes down to the person itself and where they've grown up, because it's not an easy job. But it is very much rewarding, but
it comes with the price though, because mentally you're drained because you're still trying to take a load off everyone else as well.
For sure. Yeah, because you're like looking after yourself and them as well. So it needs to be.
But looking after yourself, she is very, very intelligent, but she's also makes a beautiful, beautiful model. I'm just going to put that out there. And we do have
been a while.
We do have some photos, so we're just going to get our producer to put up those photos.
I'm looking forward
I saw these photos, and I have seen some of your photos at Say Ariana.
Oh yes,
absolutely gorgeous.
Those are the
your
days.
angle.
There we go.
Check you out.
Oh, that chair.
So long. It's that red chair.
That red chair. That welcoming.
Is that the same red chair that you modeled on?
Yes,
I saw your photos. I was like, okay, I
love this. So, a shout out to the beautiful Mal at Say Oriana, and again, who supports our platform, sponsors us. Thank you so much, Mal. But that's stunning. And you've got your malu and this Samoa.
It's back home. We need to go back home. Yeah. It was a reserve my auntie and my uncle took us to. So it was real nice. The whole thing was lava rock. So, yeah. And that's my beautiful Nan. And my mum. Oh, and that's my sister at the bottom. So, yeah.
Love this so much.
Love this.
That is an amazing photo.
That's a beautiful...
She's going to cry. Oh, my gosh. Yeah,
no. That's such a beautiful photo of you and your nana.
Yeah, that's my support.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Of course, our...
Oh, damn.
And the toes come in, but,
But I like how you're modelling with the toes as well.
I know.
From all the, modelling, who's going to be next... America's Next Top Model.
Oh,
always gotta make sure you point the toe.
Oh yeah.
Which I've done.
It's been such a while doing the photo shoot, and
No,
so you must have been quite young.
Again?
Yeah, I was 2015, I think. But going back into model, I guess so. I mean, it was such a fun time in my life, during that time kind of thing, and. I know my cousin Flora is doing it too. She just needs to ask me to come and walk, but...
No, I love it.
And then that was just after our last exam. aced it, so it was cool. All
No,
smiles.
I love this photo of you just chilling there, saving lives. Stop it.
The anxiety for that was so high because a lot of people were watching, but it was really good. Like, when it was finished, you were just like, I'm done. Yeah.
So that's interesting. So people actually obviously watch your simulation.
Yeah. So
Oh, wow.
with the simulations, it's in classes. So like there's 6 people that watch, and then towards the end, for the exams, it's just like you're basically inside a room with the glass wall and everything, and people just mark it off. Wow. So you're kind of like psyching yourself up when you go inside. Wow. So yeah.
Are there any challenges though that you face as a Pacific woman in the field?
I think challenges. There are a lot. I'm not gonna lie. There are quite a few, but I think the top one that I find is trying to get my mentors to understand that with Samoans, it might be it's different for every
and
culture,
this is just an opinion,
just in
that,
my
you know,
perspective. But with Samoans, it's me trying to get them to understand that we do things differently.
Yeah.
Like sometimes we prefer the fofo before we go to the Western medicine, which is fine. I support that because it feels comfort. But I think that will be just letting them understand that, and also teaching them as a Pacific Samoan paramedic in training is that, we do things differently as well. And it works for us. Some of it works for us, and it's okay. Like, I think that's the only thing that I can think of now.
Because I think that, I know, there's been a few times when, I'm just like, Mom, Dad, just call 111, and they're like, this is them. They're so passionate about, no, please, or mele sa more for work. And I'm like sitting there going, oh my goodness. Looking at my child, looking at my parents, and they're like, trust me. This is Mum and Dad, and it is right, So I can understand where you're coming from with that.
And then that's why it's so cool when, because we're all so much about our elderly, we can also educate ourselves and just help them a little bit, push them a little bit, not even so aggressively, but giving them that little, beia kakaunga, kind of thing. And then that makes it all the difference, is just the way you speak to them as well. I
love that, because it's true. It's a different story when they're in uniform.
Yes, no, for sure. But
when they're qualified in the uniform, is because if I'm standing there saying, Dad, keiloa, ku'ulalo, ave, but if you were to turn up
my gosh,
in a uniform,
exactly.
You can see me dancing.
Just
you are right. No, this is awesome. I love that this is your contribution. I'm like,
no, you're okay.
You remind me of you're making me think of Catwoman, like saving lives by day, and then being like a fierce ass model by night, or during the day. And I'm like, that's really cool.
I'm so that's so awesome. But where do you see yourself in the future? Do you see you still
trying to save lives?
Still trying to save lives. Or do you think maybe later in the future that your help in some way to contribute, as in kind of direct some of
it? So I've got so my mum's real strong on planning ahead. She's given me a 5-year space time.
I love that.
She's like,
shout out
5 years. But she's basically given me a 5-year time, and I've just been in 5 years I'm hoping to be in a job that I feel secure, in a job where it doesn't feel like a job, because and I feel like this is kind of what I'm looking for in the 5 years.
Saving lives.
But
But do you know what's really interesting? Because after hearing you speak, previously I was like, paramedics, there isn't a lot of space to grow. But that couldn't be more wrong, because I actually know some of my current MPs who used to be paramedics and now they're MPs now. And so if you guys are thinking about being a paramedic, go for it. I think, because opens up so many doors.
Yeah.
Especially because we're going to be registered soon, meaning that we can also work more in the communities next to our GPs. You know, you could even see us side by side, the ED at your local doctors kind of thing, which is really cool. Like it gives us more time in the community instead of just like back to the house to the ED and stuff like that.
Because I know Daisy mentioned that you've done a bit of work for the Polyfest as well.
Oh yeah. We did that. I think it was April. Yeah. Polyfest was in April. It was really cool. Like people would come up to us and be like, "Oh, what are you? Are you like a security?" Because we're all in blue, so our uniform's blue. And they're like, "Oh, are you the cops?" And I was like, "No, we're actually
FBI guys." I'm FBI.
A little bit, but yeah, majority of the time it was real shocking the amount of people that didn't realize that we have paramedics. So it was nice to get around and stuff. So it's just thanks to St. John for like putting out the volunteers and stuff for that. So yeah, it was cool.
That's amazing. So guys, yes, head over to St. John's website, make a donation. Whatever you can donate goes a long way to help out these guys get more involved in the community, bring more resources in. But that's so amazing.
Yeah. It is, and I'm guilty for it. I know we're all guilty for calling 111 and not paying off that bill. I'm talking to you guys.
I didn't hear it.
St. John's bill. No, but you do. And I'm just doing those ones. So everyone's like, "Aya, ulang a pili." Look, we're going to wrap up, obviously, but last. Do you have an encouraging message for all of our Pacifica, or just for everyone that is watching?
Well, I just want to say, just do it. Like, not Nike, but
but Nike.
Not Nike, but Nike. The thing is, like, I've what's it called? I've just been doing it, even though sometimes I'm so scared. But like, if you do it and you fail, that's fine, because then you learn. So do fail and learn. Yeah.
I like that.
Fail.
I like
that. I love it. Yeah. Fail. No, I love
Almost
it.
Almost sounds a bit fun, but yeah. It's supposed to sound good, but
it's good. I think a lot of the time we're just like, do this.
Yeah.
You know, we're so like
wanting a great outcome, but
But if you take away that fear of failure, then the world's your oyster, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Yvonne.
No, thanks, guys.
I really enjoyed this talanoa today, so thank you so much.
Yeah. It's been such a blessing, and I know that you're going to be such a blessing to our Pacifica community, our community here in New Zealand. But once again, thank you so much for making the time for us here on BluTable Talanoa podcast with your Pea. With your course. With your girl Pea and the beautiful, stunning Claudia.
Oh, thank you. There we go.
This is our girl, fail. That's what I said, fail, guys.
No, there's a little bit more to that.
Go back and replay, but thank you so much to all of our sponsors for your love and support, because without you, without our viewers, this platform would not be possible.
Yeah.
That's it. Ka kite, everyone. God bless. Peace out.
Esquire, baby. Rex, J. Sands. Let's go. Oh, say I'm say you are complete to me, Agelio. By the way that you move and the way that you smile. Say, oh my Dorima, baby, you be giving your hand, I'll take you anywhere. You give me something that I never had. Cause you care, but about to me and the family. Say, why you waiting on me to talk to you? Yeah, I'ma listen what y'all say. Yeah, don't move out in and come here. Yeah, they on the layout, oh, dirty wine, girl, dirty wine. Yeah, say, tama in and not the bite, say.